What's up everybody, it's Eternal Hokage here, welcome to the video. Today we're gonna talk about the upcoming arc of Boruto, which is the Chunin Exam arc or the Momoshiki arc, doesn't really matter. Basically, I wanted to make this preview discussion for the entire arc, and yeah, without further ado, let's start with the video. Before I get into any things related to the plot or the characters, I just want to say this. 98% of the people, of the Boruto fans, basically already saw the Boruto movie or read the manga. So obviously, I'm not saying that it's going to be boring, but it's not going to be as exciting as it's supposed to be. So, because of that, I have high expectations. The writers should add so many details. They should make this arc should be a legendary arc that everybody should remember, because we're already almost 50 episodes into the series, and while I do think that the series is great, it has some negative sides, but for the most part it's great. You can't really pick a single arc and say, yo, this is legendary. If I had to pick one, I would say the Sarada Uchiha arc or the Shin arc, but then again, that's only a couple of episodes. You can't really pick a 15-20 episode period and say, yo, this is something that I will remember until I fucking die. So the point is, I have extremely high expectations for this arc. Now, as for the length of this arc, I personally, if I had the chance to decide on its length, I would say that this arc should be around 15 to 25 episodes long. I think it was somebody commented on one of my Twitter posts, or it was YouTube, I'm not really sure. But basically I got a comment of somebody saying that he expects, I think, 40 episodes, which completely blew my mind. Today's anime, today's shonen anime usually have shorter arcs than the usual arcs we had in, Bleach, Naruto, and anime like that. So I'm not really sure that, this is going to be 40 episodes. But 15, maybe 20, I think that will be decent enough. Really, we need a great, super interesting shonen arc that's a bit longer than the usual arcs we're getting in the Boruto series so far. Now, the Chunin exams. I mean, this is my wish, and I'm pretty sure this will happen. I want the fights to be longer. I want the fights to be expanded, basically. And, obviously when the movie was being created, they didn't have much time, so that's why everything was rushed. And since the manga is monthly, they only adapted the movie, added some more stuff, but again, it was relatively short. So I think this is when the anime will shine. It's gonna expand the fights, and I'm pretty sure of it. Also, since it's a new arc, it's a very big arc for the series in general, I'm hoping to see some new soundtracks, maybe. Maybe some soundtracks from the movie can be used, because I remember, I don't know the name, but there was this one soundtrack that played when the fight with Momoshiki was going on. Like, that soundtrack was epic, and I really want to see it, or actually hear it, in the Boruto series, but that's not so important. Currently, the latest episode of Boruto is episode 47. This episode had magnificent animation, and I'm hoping that the animation game will step up in the next arc. But then again, if you've been following my reviews or my Boruto videos in general, you know this. I really don't care about the animation too much, but seeing that animation is in episode 47, I kind of want to say that I expect some great animation in this arc. Anyway, that's about the Chunin exams. Boruto Uzumaki, the protagonist, and his character. Boruto is going to be very criticized when this arc starts. And obviously, I will be here every week reviewing the episodes, debunking stupid arguments such as Boruto is a brat, an annoying brat that hates his dad for no reason. As I said, I'm gonna be debunking that shit every week because I already know that people are gonna start saying things like that. I mean, they already do. They kind of stopped, but it's gonna continue. The most controversial part is when Boruto cheats in the Chunin exams, and that's when the hate will start. Now, I think that they can do a very, very good thing in the anime. Instead of just showing Boruto, cheating, they can make this. So basically, okay, I will explain. During the Genin graduation exam, all of Boruto's classmates cheated except him. And he scored 100 out of 100. And basically, when he was talking to his classmates, he like the first two persons that talked with him were Sarada and Shikadai. And emphasis was on Shikadai cheating and telling that to Boruto. That's one situation. In the Byakuya Gang arc, even though it was stated that the Genins shouldn't, participate in any fighting, Shikadai broke the rules. So we have Shikadai breaking rules in front of Boruto 2 times. The first one was just cheating. The second time was just breaking the rules. But these these things are kind of similar, if you get what I mean. And maybe what the writers could do, if they're smart, they could have Boruto see this flashback for a second of Shikadai telling him, "Hey, I cheated in the Genin graduation exam," and then Boruto cheats. I think that would be great. Even if they don't show it, for me, it still makes a lot of sense because Boruto did witness people cheat around him, and he saw people not following the rules. So I think that I'm really hoping for that moment. I even wanted to create a specific video talking about that moment and how I think the writers should do it. But I just decided to include it here because that video wouldn't be too long, so to say. Yeah. Now we have 2 new figures in this arc, or I should say 2 new characters that are gonna be involved. Urashiki Otsutsuki and Toneri Otsutsuki. Now, if you've been living under a rock and if you don't know this, basically the third Otsutsuki member that Kaguya was afraid of was confirmed for this arc. I believe that Kishimoto wanted to include him in the movie, but again, since it's a movie, you can't make it 10 fucking hours long, right? So he wasn't there, but he is gonna be here. And obviously we have Toneri, who appeared a couple of times in the Boruto series so far. I really want to get some answers. I know some of you would expect me to come up with some theory or something like that, but we literally know nothing about Toneri. He's just there on the moon talking about Boruto's fate. He even met Boruto. He knows about the Jogen, which in my opinion makes it obvious that somebody in the past had the Jogen, some Otsutsuki member, something like that, but we'll see about that. So anyway, I just want to get something Toneri related, like some mystery answered. And obviously Urashiki, he's gonna make his debut, so I guess he's gonna be very relevant. And I personally want Urashiki to have some unique goal, because obviously Kinshiki, he just listens to fucking Momoshiki, and Momoshiki just wants power and all that. So I kind of want to see some type of, deep goal. Because, all of the villains in Naruto, like most of them, had some goals that were very interesting and in some ways relatable. So yeah, I don't want him to be this random villain who just wants to kill or whatever and get power. Most of the not most, pretty much all of the Boruto villains in the first 50 episodes weren't the best. And I really have high expectations for these Otsutsuki motherfuckers. Anyway, maybe, we could get some answers regarding the Jogen. Maybe the Jogen will appear. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, a long time ago, there was this poster revealed, and in this poster, actually released, that's what I wanted to say. And in this poster, we see Kid Kawaki. And, the poster seems like it's around the, Chunin Exam period. I'm sure most of you, like 95% of you already saw the poster. Many YouTubers talked about it, even I did in the past. And does that mean that Kawaki is gonna get introduced in this arc? Maybe we're gonna see him or something like that. I don't know, it would be nice, because again, we're 50 episodes in and we still, like, we're not even close to Kawaki, right? Now, again, you know, you always have people saying that he's gonna appear in the manga before he does in the anime. I did a video about this in the past. That's not true. It doesn't mean that he needs to appear in the manga before he appears in the anime. He could appear in the manga before, but that's not a rule, because many huge things happened in the anime before they did in the manga. Like the most important thing being Jogen, Boruto's dojutsu. Yes, it appears in the first chapter and in the first episode when we see Boruto versus Kawaki, but actually it activated for the first time in the anime. I have many examples, but I already see that this video is already long, so I don't want to talk about it. Basically, the point is, he doesn't have to appear in the manga before he does in the anime. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. That poster that got released is my hope. My only hope that we're gonna see Kawaki. This, like, I did a video about this yesterday. Boruto opening 3 and Boruto ending 5 are confirmed for April. That's when the arc starts. And you know, the March, we're gonna have 4 episodes in March. They're gonna be like some type of transition episodes or something like that, if you get what I mean. Excuse me. These episodes are gonna solve some questions. Because if you've been reading the Boruto manga, you know that something happened to Sumire. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's something very important, and I hope that it's gonna get resolved in the next 4 episodes, or maybe during the arc itself. But yeah, Sumire fans who don't read the manga, be careful. Something is gonna happen to Sumire. Watch closely. That's what I wanted to say. Also, in the movie, obviously, Iwabe and Denki weren't there because obviously they didn't exist back then. So I wonder if they're gonna participate. Looks like the next episode, which is the 48th episode, focuses on Team 5. I believe Team 5, that's the name of Metal Lee's, Iwabe's, Denki's, and Udon's team. But whatever. We'll see. Anyway, guys, these are just some of my predictions, things I want to see or whatever. I don't know. I still don't know how I'm going to name the video. But basically, this was just a preview for the next arc. I have fucking high expectations. I said it. Let's hope that this arc turns out to be legendary. I'm praying for it every day. And I'm not even joking. And yeah, let's pray to see some Boruto greatness in the upcoming months. And in the upcoming arc of Boruto. That was your boy Hokage. Twitter and Discord links are in the description below. If you're new to the channel and if you're into Boruto, consider subscribing. That was your boy Hokage, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.